Welcome to the Pregnancy Help News Brief for June 2026. I'm Lisa Bourne, Managing Editor of Pregnancy Help News. Here is a look at some of this month's top stories. Heartbeat International launched two crucial online resources to address the danger of coerced and forced abortion tied to open access to chemical abortion drugs. Planned Parenthood was in the news as a Florida judge shut down the abortion giant's attempt to dismiss a false advertising lawsuit. One of its branches introduced so-called just-in-case abortion pills, and a new report urged Congress to defund Planned Parenthood before a July 5th deadline. The first court case under Texas's post-Dobbs abortion law is moving forward as a grand jury indicted a man for performance of an abortion and injury to a child. Support for Down syndrome children surged in the wake of an influencer's disturbing abortion post. And as pregnancy help has been the continued target of abortion activists in government, media, healthcare, and beyond, a leading pro-life law and policy organization gathered representatives of some 90 pregnancy help organizations in the nation's capital to prep them on advocating for their life-affirming work. Now let's take a closer look at this month's top stories. Heartbeat International launched a new national tracker documenting reported abortion pill poisonings and forced abortions across the United States. The tracker, hosted by Pregnancy Help News, provides a centralized resource for journalists, policymakers, pregnancy help organizations, and members of the public seeking to better understand the growing number of reported incidents involving abortion drugs being used without a woman's knowledge or consent. The tracker compiles publicly reported cases from across the country and organizes them by state. It can be accessed from a drop-down menu on pregnancyhelpnews.com. Heartbeat International plans to update the resource as additional incidents become known. The project was developed in response to an increasing number of calls noting forced or coerced abortion received through Heartbeat International's Abortion Pill Rescue Network, which provides care to women who regret beginning a chemical abortion and seek information about continuing their pregnancies. In recent years, Abortion Pill Rescue Network staff have observed a troubling increase in calls involving reproductive coercion, pressure to abort, and allegations that abortion drugs were administered without a woman's knowledge. While Heartbeat International has maintained internal records of reported incidents for years, organizational leaders determined that a public-facing resource was needed to help identify trends and provide greater visibility into a growing concern. Heartbeat International hopes the tracker will serve as a reference point for media coverage, policy discussions, research, and public awareness efforts related to abortion pill distribution and safety. Heartbeat International has added a new page to the abortion pill reversal website addressing coerced and forced abortion through the chemical abortion pill. Heartbeat International manages the Abortion Pill Rescue Network, a network of nearly 1,500 healthcare professionals, pregnancy centers, and hospitals worldwide that administer the abortion pill reversal protocol, along with the Abortion Pill Rescue Hotline and corresponding website. Chemical abortion comprises at least 63% of all abortions in the U.S., with some estimates significantly higher. With its unregulated status, currently, the opportunity is great for abuse. About 200 women call the Abortion Pill Rescue Network each month and start abortion pill reversal. In conversing with those women and others who contact the APRN hotline, Heartbeat's medical impact team members are hearing about more women who feel pressured into abortions they do not want, and they are increasingly hearing from women who believe they are being poisoned with abortion drugs. This was the impetus for Heartbeat adding a new reproductive coercion webpage to its APR resources for women who suspect they may have been given abortion pills without their knowledge or consent, with information and resources to help them ensure their health and their safety. The reproductive coercion webpage on the APR website follows Heartbeat having established a national tracker documenting reported abortion pill poisonings and forced abortions. Florida judge shut down Planned Parenthood's attempt to dismiss a lawsuit accusing the abortion giant of false advertising over claims that the abortion pill is safer than Tylenol and Viagra. Florida Attorney General James Youthmeyer filed the lawsuit in November of 2025. The suit accuses Planned Parenthood of violating Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act by misleading consumers about the safety of the abortion drug mifepristone. Youthmeyer is seeking up to $350 million in penalties. The lawsuit centers on a statement on Planned Parenthood's website claiming abortion pills are, quote, safer than many other medicines like penicillin, Tylenol, and Viagra, end quote. Planned Parenthood argued that the statements amounted to legally protected promotional language and could not be treated as false advertising. The case will now be allowed to proceed. A Planned Parenthood affiliate launched a just-in-case abortion pills option, encouraging women who are not pregnant to procure abortion pills in advance. Planned Parenthood Great Northwest, Hawaii, Alaska, Indiana, and Kentucky initially introduced the just-in-case abortion pills in the states of Washington and Hawaii. They are advertised as a preventative measure so that women can access pills if they ever get pregnant. The program is available to women 18 and older, and Planned Parenthood says minors can access its just-in-case abortion pills with parental consent. People can procure the abortion pills through a $150 appointment, either in person or online. If done online, the pills will be mailed after a telehealth appointment. People seeking other Planned Parenthood services can add the just-in-case abortion pills to their appointment for $100. For now, the service is self-pay only and not covered by insurance, though Planned Parenthood says financial assistance may be available for those who qualify. Planned Parenthood says on its just-in-case abortion pills website that, quote, abortion pills are a safe and effective way of ending an early pregnancy up to 12 weeks after your last menstrual period, end quote. This, even though the FDA has approved mifepristone for use just through 10 weeks of pregnancy, and safety risks for the chemical abortion pill have been well documented for some time. With a July 5th congressional deadline, advocates seeking to defund Planned Parenthood are intensifying their efforts with new research highlighting concerns over the organization's funding, patient safety record, and involvement in sex-rejecting interventions. The American College of Pediatricians and the American Principles Project released a fact sheet calling on Congress to end federal funding for the nation's largest abortion provider. The report argues that taxpayers should not subsidize an organization that performs abortions, promotes gender ideology to children, and faces ongoing criticism over patient care practices. Supporters of defunding Planned Parenthood argue the organization's financial structure encourages the expansion of abortion and gender transition-related services, while other healthcare providers are better positioned to offer routine, preventative, and family-centered care. A Texas abortion case believed to be the first criminal prosecution under the state's post-Dobbs abortion law is moving forward after prosecutors alleged a man secretly administered abortion-inducing drugs to a pregnant woman without her knowledge or consent, resulting in the death of her unborn daughter. A grand jury indicted John Reuben Demeter on 2 first-degree felonies, performance of an abortion and injury to a child. The case is the first instance of application of Texas's post-Dobbs abortion law. Demeter is accused of covertly crushing an abortion drug and mixing it in a water bottle with a hydration supplement packet with the intent of causing the death of the child. It is illegal to supply chemical abortion drugs in Texas under the state's abortion ban. Authorities indicated that their investigation revealed Demeter obtained the drug online and had it delivered to his home. A vigorous public debate over the value of those with Down syndrome was renewed after a popular online influencer announced that he and his wife had decided to abort their unborn child after learning through a prenatal test that the baby may have had trisomy 21. In an X post that had garnered almost 20 million views and 15,800 replies at press time, Jesse Ridgway said that he and his wife's decision to go through an abortion after learning from an amniocentesis test that their unborn child likely has Down syndrome was, quote, very difficult and was not made lightly. Ridgway cited numerous health challenges that people with Down syndrome experience, including heart defects, hearing problems, impaired immune systems, and more. He also noted that 90% of pregnant women who learn that their child may have trisomy 21 go through with an abortion. The post received strong pushback, with hundreds of replies describing the joy and love that their family members with Down syndrome have brought to their families. The viral debate over Down syndrome brought attention back to the explosive report published in 2017 by CBS News, which revealed that in the country of Iceland, almost 100% of babies who receive a prenatal diagnosis of Down syndrome are aborted. Other European countries like Denmark and the UK also have abortion rates in the 90th percentile for babies with Down syndrome. The CBS report sparked a worldwide discussion on the dignity and value of the 6 million people around the world who have Down syndrome. Americans United for Life hosted a training in Washington, D.C. for some 90 pregnancy help directors and select staff in early June, with hands-on instruction from seasoned policy and communications experts on advocacy at the local, state, and national levels. The training was titled Telling Our Story, The Keys to Unlocking Pregnancy Center Advocacy, and offered tools and strategies for pregnancy help personnel to confidently engage lawmakers and others and effectively communicate their organization's mission. Topics covered during AUL's Pregnancy Center Advocacy Day included storytelling and advocacy, lobbying, and specifics of the legislative process. In follow-up to the training, participants took part in meetings on Capitol Hill with congressional members and staff, where they advocated for pregnancy help. Federal lawmakers offered remarks at times during other parts of the event. Heartbeat International was a partner in presenting the Pregnancy Center Advocacy Day training, along with Leadership Institute, CareNet, 7 Weeks Coffee, America First Policy Institute, Choose Life Marketing, the Christian Medical and Dental Associations, Family Policy Alliance, Truth Media Services, Vitae Foundation, and Winning Strategy Group. That's the news for this episode of the Pregnancy Help News Brief. All of these stories and more are available to you 24/7 at pregnancyhelpnews.com. Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Pregnancy Help News Brief on the Pregnancy Help Podcast. I'm Lisa Bourne. Subscribe to receive updates on future episodes.